Hello, I'm Dr. D, also known as Dr. Dianne Skafte, and I am so pleased to welcome you to my new channel, Ask the Guides. Together, we will be exploring what I call oracular consciousness. That is, the native ability that we all have to receive guidance and inspiration from transcendent sources beyond the personal self. It's my conviction that we all come into this world with these abilities. I believe that babies are 100% psychic, picking up everything in the environment around them and probably in the collective field of all humanity at some level. But as time goes on, we are encouraged by society to close down these channels. And eventually we kind of lose touch with them. Now, the good news is that they spring to life at the smallest encouragement. During my many years working as a psychotherapist, a professor of depth psychology, and a psychic card reader, I have witnessed thousands of times how forming a closer relationship with the source of knowing within us brings so much more light and delight into our lives. Relationships with those we love, or even those we may hate, take on a multidimensional quality. We see aspects of them that really illuminate us about what's going on. We get in closer touch with our soul's purpose. Even events that happen in the world look different through the eyes of spirit. And so I have dedicated my entire life's work to studying these ways of knowing and to finding more portals for accessing them. This work is not just academic, but very personal. When I was 15 years old, an older woman, I felt she was very old at the time, who was schooled in all the metaphysical wisdom, taught me how to read cards. We used a regular playing deck. I look forward to telling you the story of what happened to me when I first closed my hand around those cards, how a gateway opened to psychic awareness, to a sense of a greater purpose in my life and the lives of all of us that truly changed the course of my work, the course of my thinking. Ever since then, the queens and kings, the diamonds and hearts and clubs and spades have been my steadfast friends. They never fail to speak to me and help me understand more expansively those questions that are in my heart and mind. So, in every session that we're together, we will be asking questions about relationships, prosperity, our path in the world, those events that happen around us nearby and a global level, and most of all, ways of furthering our spiritual development, and receive guidance that will speak individually to each of us, even though the words are the same. That's the miracle of divination that has truly a psychic component. Well, I could talk about these matters forever, I probably will, but right now, I think it would be most fitting and most joyous to turn to the guides themselves and see what they have to say. So now that we are in the company of the great ones, let us ask them a question. I think the best inquiry today would be, how can I, and when I say I mean myself and I mean each of you who are listening right now, how can I come into closer relationship with those sources of knowing within me, with those connection with greater realms of awareness? We'll shuffle the cards. Now, sometimes when I shuffle, a card will just kind of pop out like it did here. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to keep it and set it down. It just went, me, take me. It happened again. This doesn't always happen. I like this. Well, I think I'm just going to cut the deck and take our third card. Let's see what we have here. Oh, the first card it's actually one of the ones everybody wants when they know the cards a bit, and when we're reading, my friends and I are reading for each other. It's the card of a field of diamonds. Is that perfect? Imagine being in a field where there's all these diamonds with all these facets cut in them all around you. Everywhere you look, they're dazzling and they're reflecting off each other, and you're seeing deeply into their beauty, and perhaps you're seeing pictures and you're feeling inspired. What the guides are saying is that is your psyche. That is what lives in your psyche. You are a field of diamonds. You have so many dimensions to you. You are so much more than you know, so much more than the mind can even conceive of what we really are. Watch for the sparkle. That's what they're telling me. You see, certain things will attract you and certain things won't. Believe in and trust is what I'm trying to say. When something really attracts you, don't try to outguess it like, well, I wonder why that would be. No, my friend told me maybe that tarot cards are better. I'm just using an example. Maybe tarot cards are what draws you. No, wait and see. Follow the light, follow the sparkle, and it will lead you to those treasures that are waiting for you all around. Let's see what's next. Oh, interesting. Oh, the Five of Spades. This is the card. This is very interesting. See what you think of this. The Five of Spades is the card of separating from something. Literally, it's you get to a point in a path and you look behind you and everything, there are a lot of things there that are familiar, and you deliberately make a turn away from certain parts of your life, certain thoughts, certain people, certain habits, whatever it might be for you. And why do you? Because you're heading toward a field of diamonds. You don't want shadows. You don't want people that bring you down in your life. You don't want to be holding on to old, heavy traumas and memories of a relationship or what happened, or a fear of illness. I mean, all the things that, I carry, we all carry. It's natural psychologically to carry them. It doesn't mean we get rid of them entirely, but we intentionally turn our awareness away from that which drags on us, that which holds us back. And I'm getting in right now that there are some of you listening right now that are going to be prompted by the divine ones to leave a relationship, to leave a job, to set aside a habit, that a practice of some kind that actually is now pulling you down, to break an addiction that you thought the light was there, but actually it's covering your light. I don't know what it is for you, and it will change as time goes on, but Five of Spades is a pretty heavy card, and it's really working in our favor. Be willing to let things go in order to be free and light and interact with all those facets of inspiration and of diamond-like experiences that are waiting for you. Finally, the Four of Clubs is the card of support. It's the card of psychological support, but I love the clubs are all about physical stability. You will be supported in your journey forward into the greater realms. You will be given what you need. You will be supported materially. Your body will be upheld. The material of learning, books that you find, people that you meet, friends that come into your life will be there so that your personal life can be kept stable as you journey far, as you explore and experiment with the far shores of consciousness, as I call them. You know, the really great ones, the great sages, the great teachers, the ascended masters, they were stable individuals. They were psychologically healthy individuals. They had what they needed. They drew to them what they needed so they could do this huge work in the world. And it's the same for us. When we embark on the path of consciousness, of higher consciousness, we are given at the most basic level what we need. I had a client that, as she began to explore some of her own psychic abilities, met somebody that told her about this whole regime of vitamins and supplements that she had actually never taken any. And she began taking them. And it was amazing, the strength and power. She said, I've never felt better in my life. You see, that just came in. And I said, I believe that came in to support you in your metaphysical work. The physical and the metaphysical work together. So, wonderful array of cards that we got. And I always like to close an oracular reading with a little prayer, a prayer that takes in some of the information and guidance that we've been given. May you walk into a field of diamonds. May the dazzle of who you are and what you're connected to permeate every cell of your being and every neuron of your mind and every dimension of your spirit. May you leave behind, have the courage and the heart to leave behind anything that does not support you, that tends to hold you back, so that you can be free and light to journey forth. And may all material and psychological and interpersonal necessities be given to you on your path, be waiting for you when you get there. Such is the desire of the great ones who love you and want you to thrive and want you to prosper and want you to be closer to them. I so appreciate your being with me today. You know, I can't do this work alone. Yes, I read for myself, but when two or more are gathered together, as we know, it's a whole different experience. Our consciousnesses, our psychic knowing kindles each other. And so I look forward so much to when we get together the next time with the guides.